Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News in our platform, Oscar Blue Ramirez. You can find us in our webpage also as Oscar Blue Ramirez. Also in our X account, you can find me as Oscar Ramirez. YouTube, Oscar Blue Ramirez. Be sure, if you're joining us from X, be sure to subscribe to our page and be sure to join us now in our page on X and also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Hit that like button also on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you all. Today is the 27th of May. The time it is 8:24 in the evening. Um, you know, just recently there has been a exposure that has been difficult for the Mexican authorities over here. And also there has been a massive exposure of dirty politicians that are possibly involved with a corruption interior in our country of Mexico. And this comes from all sides. This has been, a thing that us Mexicans, we know that the organized crime and the cartel are so involved with the three levels of power in our country that there needs something to happen. Instability, we know that there is going to happen. Possible violence that is going to happen, whether we're not violent people, but we understand the level of violence that we're living right now. We have normalized so much and we have desensitized ourselves so much from the level of humanity that we see decomposed bodies, that we see dismembered bodies, and that we see all of this, and it is plain and normal for us. It is extremely normal for us, and it is saddening. Why it is saddening? Because what took us to that place that we are normalized to this level of violence? And now that the people are sick and tired of it, and now that the people are getting sick and tired of it, you're seeing that the American government, it is pushing the Mexican government to do something about their system in their country, to do something about the dirty politicians in their country, and to basically continuously do an exposure of these dirty politicians, which they hold the spider web, in which they have the control of our country. People have become so desensitized to this situation. And it is so sad to see that. So sad to see a children and a child cry to say, I lost my two brothers. They kidnapped my two brothers. And the authorities have done anything to rescue them. They have done anything. It is amazing and shocking to see this video that I'm about to put to you of a protest, a Mexican national that has two nationalities, U.S. citizen and Mexican national, and say Trump needs to be tougher. He's not being tough enough with the cartels. Shocking to see that. The transformation of the mentality of the Mexican citizen is completely drastically changing. The pochos, the Mexican Americans that they live in the United States will say, no, that's not true. But you don't live over here. We are experiencing this level of violence continuously. And this is not an alarmist. This is not sensationalism. This is not creating hysteria like the language of the progressive liberals that they use, that they don't have nothing else to justify themselves with. But ultimately, this is the level of insecurity that we're living. It is awful. Children are being basically groomed, and a lot of them are being recruited by the cartel. Just recently, there was an assassination, an intent, and it was effective. An assassination, they went all the way to the hospital. These people dressed up themselves as they were nurses, male nurses, and they were minors. That the ones that they killed and assassinated, an adult. This is actually happening. And the thing about it is that more than this, more than everything, and more than the situation which is aggravating, in which is aggravating, in which is a situation which is difficult, we are seeing that the transformation of the children in our country, it is really aggravating. It is really saddening. And it is time for the Mexican people to do something about it. And it's a transformation of people opening up their eyes. And a lot of people are opening up their eyes. I will show 2 videos. These 2 videos, I want you to see them and I want you to understand them. There has been protests over here in our state of Baja against the governor of Baja, Marina del Pilar, which her visa was revoked and canceled. And it was revoked and canceled. That because she is linked possibly with the organized crime and the cartel. They don't know. It's a speculation. Because she has illicit quantities amount of money in the banks in the United States of America. They don't know. Also, she's under investigation. She's asking for the authorities of the United States to give her a response because her husband, his visa was revoked. Her inevitably immediately was revoked. And the authorities of the United States have not given her a response. And believe me, they don't have an obligation to give her a response. Who is she to ask? You need to give me a response. Something's not right. And because of this, there has been protests in the state of Baja. First, it was in the city of Mexicali, that is the next door border town to Calexico, California. And now it was in Tijuana. The same day that there was this protest of citizens coming and concerning about themselves, also she did a rally to counterattack this rally. And in her rally, she basically paid a lot of people to go there. And it was a full-blown event. And a lot of the people were saying, you know, this was the support of the people. A lot of us know the reality. Let me put this video of this rally. Look at the interviews. The interviews have captions. Be sure to read the captions. I will pause and I will explain. I will put 2 videos. One of them is the mass graves, that I believe that is one of the topics that needs to be addressed. It is an international topic. A lot of people say it's a Mexico topic. No, it's not. How do you know that these victims are not from the U.S.? How do you know these victims were in cahoots with a migrant trying to cross to the United States of America? And this happened because of the open border policies of Joe Biden. Hit that smash button on Facebook. Hit that like button on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Hit that like button also on X. Share this live feed so we can get more people on the live. And also, we're going to travel. We're trying to travel soon. Ultimately, we are requiring for you guys to support our independent reporting and travel fund. So it's right there, pinned in the chat. The application is Buy Me a Coffee. Now you can become a supporter for whatever the amount that you want monthly. And you can actually contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund. At the end of this video, I will read, the people that they are commentating and that they have contributed to our reports. Right here, I will read, prioritize their questions and their comments. I will put the video on, take away myself from the screen so you guys can listen. It's a 12-fraction-minute video for you guys to listen what this protest was about in Tijuana, in the governmental plaza, in the governmental palace in Tijuana, Baja California. All right, guys, we are located at the protest that is towards the governor of Baja and all the insecurity disaster that is happening right now with the missing people, and also with the cancellation and her visa was revoked. So there has been one protest. Last week was one protest in the capital in City of Mexicali in the governmental plaza. Now there's another one right here at the governmental plaza of Tijuana. People are coming together. Insecurity with minors being abducted and forced with the cartel. It is forcing them to work with them, using them as bait. So let me just show you a little bit of what's going on so you guys can see.
Calados más cortos, pues aquí cocinar hasta que no quede nadie con hambre.
Meternos en tema. ¿Por qué te pueden quitar la visa si no es porque visitaste a Disneyland en septiembre? ¿Por qué te la pueden quitar?
Mira, todos sabemos que los americanos...
Porque mucha gente en el centro del país no saben por qué le quitan la visa. Ese es el problema, pero explícales tú que eres de la frontera, ¿por qué te la pueden quitar?
Mira, te quitan la visa ante el menor error. Los americanos no te perdonan una. Cruzaste con una persona que tiene antecedentes, vas para afuera. Cruzaste más de $10,000 en efectivo, vas para afuera. Cruzaste carne de cerdo, te quitan la visa. No te la quitan porque eres una santa, definitivamente, y no porque el cónsul te anuncia que te la va a quitar. Entonces,
¿tenemos un problema de inseguridad o no tenemos un problema de inseguridad?
La razón por la que estoy aquí es la inseguridad. Está tan mal que es insoportable y todos los vecinos tenemos que estar aquí manifestándonos.
¿Tenemos un problema de desaparecidos también?
Un problema muy grave de desaparecidos, sin duda. O sea, que hagan bien su trabajo y vamos a apoyarlos.
Que se vea la tejana, ¿no?
Claro, claro.
Gracias. There you go. There you have it. You know, it's a citizen that is complaining first and foremost about the insecurity. That's the number one topic that they're complaining about. The insecurity. The things that we have been saying about the insecurity in the states that they're really close to the United States of America. They're border towns, and the number one thing that is coming is because of the topic of the insecurity. Although the governor of Baja is saying, well, we don't have an insecurity problem. It is completely the opposite. We have a topic of insecurity. Let me just go and just show. Now, before I move on, I want everybody to understand what every citizen it is going to tell you right here in this protest. Every citizen it is going to complain about the insecurity. The government of Baja California has released a statement saying that it is an all-time low with homicides. It is an all-time low with violence. And that is an all-time low with insecurity. They don't even know how to cover up this disaster that is happening in our state. More than that, this is happening in every state in the country of Mexico. And why is it happening? Because the cartels need to be designated as terrorists. They are not designating them as terrorists. And it looks like the president of Mexico, it is actually protecting them by not naming them immediately for what they are. Let me continue with this video so you guys can understand every question that I also ask. I say, we have a missing people problem, and every single one is saying it is aggravating our problem, what we have with the missing people. Show you how the situation with insecurity and also with the missing people right here, how they have banners, they have put banners right here for everybody to see where they are, how many people are being missing. Then the governor says that we don't have a problem with missing people. Imagine that. ¿Usted es maestro?
Soy profesor.
El día de hoy, ¿cuál es su causa principal por estar aquí?
Mi causa principal te voy a decir que el sector educativo, las instituciones, la droga.
I want to address this video right here. This is a teacher. Now, we have been reporting our friend came down here, Ryan Mata. He is a filmmaker and also, investigative journalist. And he came down here and I told him something about the recruitment of minors in the schools of the cartel. The majority of the people that they're being found dead, the majority of the people that they're assaulting, killing, extortioning, and kidnapping are minors. The cartel, it is recruiting minors, making them believe that they're going to get paid exacerbated amounts of quantities of money. They go send them as bait to do the job. And then when they come back, they use them. And when they don't want to use them, they basically eliminate them and then bury them. And then the family members are looking for them. Look at the commentary of this teacher, what he says in the comments that I'm asking him. And, the basic questions that I ask him is, do we have a problem with the recruitment of minors? Then I ask him this question: why is the government, there's a speculation of the government saying that every murder or every missing person in a mass grave, they're categorizing that missing person as an involuntary manslaughter, not as an intentional homicide. And he says that is fake. That's how they're trying to hide these statistics and stats to show that there's no crisis. Listen to him. I'm not speaking upon myself. These are the statistics.
Todo este tipo de elementos negativos están llegando a las instituciones. Desgraciadamente, en las instituciones, los profesores hacemos todo lo posible, pero el gran problema es el hogar y se suma la delincuencia. Los narcotraficantes están reclutando a los jóvenes. Eso es lo más preocupante.
¿Te ha tocado a ti eso?
Me ha tocado ver las situaciones, me ha tocado realmente ver realmente la situación que pasa en Tijuana, y lo más desagradable y lo más triste es que tanto la gobernadora Marina del Pilar minimizan la inseguridad, la violencia, los levantones, la inseguridad, los secuestros, las fosas clandestinas. Eso es lo más terrible que puede haber ahorita y que es lo más triste, porque ellos no se ponen a pensar. Ellos manejan estadísticas ficticias, estadísticas que están a favor de ellos, pero la realidad es otra. Imagínate, en enero aventaron un cuerpo en Imos, decapitado, y ahorita tenemos la balacera que hubo hace unos días de los niños que en ocasiones son asaltados fuera de las instituciones.
Que los homicidios dolosos los están cambiando a culposos para bajar las estadísticas. ¿Qué opina acerca de esa realidad? Dicen que esa es una especulación. ¿Qué opina?
No es una especulación. Hay que ver todos los días las noticias, los desaparecidos, los secuestrados, las fosas clandestinas, la violencia, la inseguridad. Aunque ellos quieran tipificarlo de otra forma o lo quieran clasificar de otra forma, la violencia existe y está allí, está presente, y no están haciendo absolutamente nada, absolutamente nada. Dime tú, hace unos días, que un policía secuestró a una joven allá en el Vergel. Imagínate, esas son nuestras autoridades. Se supone que los policías pasan por una especie de exámenes. ¿Cómo es posible que tengamos criminales con licencia, con placa, institucionalizados?
This is a huge problem. This happened around a week ago. A police officer was caught red-handed kidnapping a young girl. And what he's saying is that what it is going on with the institutions. They're supposed to go through these trustworthy exams, these physical exams, these psychological exams. And apparently this filter, it is not working. And the inefficiency, it is showing that the police officers, they're on a rampant right now on the corruption side. Look, I don't like to point out situations which I imply that this is my own thoughts. But I have been saying this consistently. Because of the Trump administration securing the border, and it is what they said that they were going to do. They were shut down the border, shut down human trafficking, illegal entrances to the United States. Because of that, the cartel was going to pivot back to the inner violence in the inside of the inner cities. This is what we were talking about. We knew that this was going to happen, and we knew that this was going to be the issue. Listen more to this.
Ese es lo peor que puede haber. Criminales institucionalizados dentro del propio sistema, que realmente purguen las instituciones, las carpetas allá en el palacio, no sé en qué área puedan estar, donde la gente se va a quejar de los policías y entre ellos se cubren, entre ellos se protegen. Entonces, mete esos criminales que están adentro de las instituciones. Claro, no hablo de todos, pero sí hay criminales que se pongan a trabajar, que realmente requerimos los bajacalifornianos su apoyo contra la inseguridad y contra el narcotráfico, porque el Estado está en manos de los narcotraficantes.
Let's walk a little bit. There's different reasons why these people are protesting. And one of the reasons why the majority is insecurity, as you can see. Some of them, they're protesting because they don't want things to be privatized and also in the city. So this is one of the things that a lot of the people are protesting right here, because they don't want several sections of the government to not be privatized. Señora, el día de hoy viene a manifestarse. ¿Cuál es la razón?
La razón es de que ya estamos cansados de tanto atropello del gobierno. Yo soy permisionaria de taxi rojo y negro. Se me quitó lo que tenía yo para vivir. Yo no recibo ningún dinero del gobierno porque yo no quiero que me den. Yo quiero vivir de lo mío, de lo que yo tuve con mi esposo desde hace 40 años y se nos ha quitado. Yo soy del corredor Agua Caliente y estoy esperando sin agarrar ni un penny, pero espero que se me haga justicia y que nos regresen de nuevo nuestra ruta.
Ahora, una de las cosas que hay un problema en Baja California, se habla mucho de la inseguridad. ¿Usted cómo habla de ese tema?
Está terrible, De hecho,
pero la gobernadora dice que estamos bien.
Yo creo que estas personas están en otro mundo porque no están aquí en México, en Tijuana.
Por un lado, los problemas son los desaparecidos. Mucho desapareció continuamente, señora. ¿Qué opina acerca de eso?
Híjola, es muy triste. No quisiera ser una de esas madres porque yo creo que el dolor del corazón jamás se puede sanar. Y yo no sé qué tienen en las entrañas esta gobernadora y estos presidentes que no saben valorar el dolor de estas mujeres.
¿Cuál es la solución? ¿Que usted cree que le manda un mensaje? ¿Cuál será el mensaje de usted para la gobernadora Marina del Pilar?
Que se ponga a trabajar y no hacer TikTok.
Ese es el mensaje.
Sí.
So there you have it. That's wow, what a complaint of right there. As you can see, the citizens are not happy at all with this, the city of Tijuana, the way that it's being managed and the way that it's being governed. There's a lot of insecurity. That's the number one thing. The topic, it is the insecurity. That's the number one thing, the insecurity situation, the abductions, the kidnappings, and ultimately what he is saying, the number one thing also, it is not only the abductions and the kidnappings, but also the mass graves, which we have been reporting in the past weekend. That's a huge problem that nobody's putting attention, and we are close to a border town in San Diego. A lot of these criminals, they hide in San Diego, California, on the other side of town. And a lot of the American citizens are dealing with this also because a lot of them, they live over here.
Hoy grito por Destiny porque ella ya no puede. ¡Justicia! Sí. No fue un accidente. Fue feminicidio. El feminicida sigue libre. ¡Justicia! Sí. No fue un accidente. Fue feminicidio.
Pero también los policías les apresionan a uno. Pues ya saben que el gobierno es bien corrupto.
Now, this story right here, it is going to break your heart. This is a young kid who is in junior high school. His two brothers were kidnapped and abducted by the cartel. He is basically speaking in front of 500 people and crying. I saw him. That is his uncle right there. And I asked his uncle first and foremost if I can interview him. And he said, absolutely. The way that he describes the situation, it is aggravating. But more than that, the question that I asked him is the cartel recruiting children or recruiting minors at your school? And he said something that a 12-year-old I will not even imagine saying. And this is when I say we are being so desensitized and so normalized to this situation that it doesn't hurt anymore. And he said, we're not being recruited. They're taking away our organs. That was shocking for me to hear it because I have heard it before. But this is a young child, a teenager in junior high school, that he says on the interview, I am afraid to go to school because I am afraid to get kidnapped. Not only that, the cartel is not only recruiting, they're extracting organs. And not only that, he says, nobody's doing anything to help us. This is a 12-year-old going on 13, telling you this in front of a camera. My God, audience, this hurts. And it hurts in a way like when I was in the middle of the Darien Gap carrying children that they were almost drowning because some irresponsible parent wanted to take him through there because out of necessity. Seeing people die, the statements of this children, the statements of this child really hit my heart. And it tells you the level of insecurity and why they're growing up with this mentality. For God's sake, why? This young kid should be at school enjoying a Sunday or Saturday. This was a Saturday. He should be enjoying a birthday party or a bicycle or a soccer game. It's amazing, what we are experiencing and what we're going through. Listen to this interview. Un jovencito como tú, ¿a qué vienes?
Pues a luchar por todos los desaparecidos.
¿Tienes una desaparecida?
Desaparecido. Tengo 2 hermanos.
2 hermanos desaparecidos. ¿Qué piensas de la inseguridad aquí en Tijuana?
Muy mal. Yo no puedo ir a la secundaria solo porque yo me siento inseguro. Me pueden llegar a secuestrar y pues el gobierno no hace nada, no pelea. Mis 2 hermanos no han hecho nada. No le han hecho nada. Sus investigaciones no hay ni una hoja escrita.
¿El crimen organizado recluta niños como tú?
Pues no recluta, nos quitan los órganos. ¿Lo has dicho?
Más grave todavía.
Exactamente.
¿Qué mensaje le mandas a la presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum Pardo? ¿Qué le dices?
Que nos ayude, que sea una presidenta buena, como ella nos dijo que iba a ser, porque todos los presidentes han sido una porquería, no han hecho nada contra los desaparecidos, no han dicho que hacer nada, ni una investigación han hecho buena, más que nosotros ya hemos contado más que ellos.
¿Qué le mandas decir a la gobernadora Marina del Pilar?
No nos ha ayudado en nada, ella sí, que se vaya.
Que se vaya.
Sí, que se vaya.
2 hermanos tienes. Sí. ¿Qué es lo que le pedí? Si tuvieras un deseo ahorita, ¿qué deseo fuera?
Encontrar a todos los desaparecidos.
Muchas gracias. Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. We are live from the Governmental Plaza in the city of Tijuana, Baja California, where today, well, more than 700 people showed up to protest and to manifest themselves against the government that is current in Baja California, that is Marina del Pilar, that just recently the government of the United States of America revoked her visa and canceled her visa for her to transit to the United States of America. The opinions of the citizens is that, the way that they just canceled the visa to Marina del Pilar is because the government of the United States does not trust the governor of Baja, that she clearly needs the visa to have international relations with Gavin Newsom, that is the governor of California. This is consistent. It is not, they're not only protesting in the city of Tijuana, but they're protesting in the whole state. Just last week, they protested in the city of Mexicali, and now more than 700 people are right here making a carne asada in a way to send a message to Governor Marina del Pilar that they are tired of the insecurity. They're tired of finding people in mass graves, the extortion, the kidnapping, the abductions, and the massive shootings that they have been continuously happening in several neighborhoods. Craziest thing that you will ever hear in a protest. It is a citizen talking about that they need more reinforcement
from the government of the United States into Mexico because of the insecurities. It is one of the most shocking things that I just heard right now. A citizen of Mexico saying the United States needs to pressure more because of the level of corruption that is happening in the country of Mexico. The level of corruption that is happening in the government and the level of corruption that is happening not only right here in the state of Baja, but all the way to the president of Claudia Sheinbaum.
Before I put this video, and let me remove the gentleman right here. Before I put this video, after Donald Trump came into office on 2024, right? There has been all this commotion of, him saying to the Mexican president, if you need help, I will send it. And if you need anything, I will send it. The Mexican president has justified herself that this is about sovereignty and we're not going to let no foreign military to basically coming into our country. That will make you understand that she's going to possibly do something, but it has been completely inefficient and lying to the people. She hasn't done anything, although she has said the statistics of dismantling laboratories and seas. She has, completely made some seize tons of fentanyl in different sectors of the country. But the violence keeps getting worse. And worse and worse and worse, more mass graves. The whole country is a mass grave. And I talked to this gentleman right here who is the uncle of this child. And he said, Trump is not being tough enough. I was like, what? He needs to be tougher. I'm like, whoa. This is a Mexican national saying Donald Trump needs to be tougher. Donald Trump doesn't want to invade Mexico. He doesn't have the necessity to do that. He only wants to take out the cartels. Why are we not letting him do it? This is a Mexican national. I did not put words on his mouth. I gave him completely the microphone and I asked him the question. The policies of Trump have been hard on the Mexican politicians. What do you think about that? And he immediately responded, he's not being tough enough. He needs to be tougher. Amazing response. Check this.
Jesse Barajas, soy presidente del colectivo Buscando a Tolano. Mi hermano desapareció el 9 de abril del 2019.
La administración Trump está siendo muy duro con la corrupción en México. ¿Se le hace justo o no se le hace justo?
Trump no está siendo duro, lo bastante duro. Ocupa ser más duro. Porque los criminales en México no tienen consideración contra la humanidad. Ocupa ser mucho más duro todavía, ocupa cumplir todas las promesas que ha hecho, que traiga las tropas aquí. El público, la ciudadanía no se crean de la presidenta, de la gobernadora que está invadiendo a México. Trump no le interesa invadir a México para nada, para nada. Lo que Trump quiere es que no estén llevando las muertes a Estados Unidos, porque hay criminales aquí de los carteles en Estados Unidos haciendo crímenes a este punto a lo largo de la frontera.
Asegurar la frontera es una cosa buena en todos los estados.
Asegurar la frontera es una cosa buena y que dejen de culpar a los inmigrantes. No tiene nada que ver los inmigrantes, son los narcotraficantes los que están haciendo el mal a todo el mundo, son los narcotraficantes los que no tienen tregua, se matan unos a los otros y matan inocentes en el camino, como lo hicieron con mi hermano, se lo llevaron entre las patas. En los Estados Unidos tengo 52 años y sé cómo funciona la ley.
Ahora, ¿tenemos un problema de inseguridad o no tenemos un problema?
Tenemos un problema grave de inseguridad. Las desapariciones han aumentado muchísimo. Yo soy ciudadano mexicano y ciudadano americano. Yo tengo las dos ciudadanías. Yo sé lo que implica que Estados Unidos le niegue la visa a una persona. Es una falta grave. No es una falta de una infracción de tránsito. No es falta porque llevaba un documento equivocado en la bolsa, porque dijo una palabra equivocada. Esta es una falta grave, grave.
Just recently, the governor of Baja released a statement saying that the level of homicides, also kidnappings, has decreased on the state of Baja. But in the protests, and the citizens say the opposite. I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News, reporting from Tijuana, Mexico. Stay safe. How about that? That was incredible. I never thought that, that could be a statement from somebody from Mexico coming right now. And I believe strongly that this man, at this particular point in juncture, he's tired. He's sick and tired. And he is just upset, tired, completely exhausted of looking for his brother. It's sad. And it continues. And when you have that exhaustion of this particular circumstances, which is happening in our country, you just say, we need whatever we can do. Just help us. I'm not inciting for that to happen. Mexican troops, they're capable of doing the job. And also they're capable of doing, doing the job. They're extremely trained. Why we're taking so long? Why there's no action? Why we are allowing these crimes against humanity to continue. Why we're still continuing with that? And there's evidence of people just saying right now, you know what? Trump doesn't want to invade Mexico. He just wants to go in there and eradicate and eliminate the cartels. That's what he wants to do. Not anything else. I'm going to go to the comments section now. Say hello to everybody. What do you guys think of that video? It's incredible to see those kind of videos. So I will give appreciation to something. Blue is right there on my glasses, so I don't know what is going on. I would like to say to Maria, thank you so much. God bless you. She just became a supporter. God bless you. Thank you so much for your contributions. Thanks so much. It will help a lot on our, on our next, on our next journeys. Says thank you so much. God bless. I will give just the first name for people to just that they have been contributing and supporting also and also helping out. I will read your questions and your comments right here. If you guys have a question, go to Buy Me a Coffee, and I will read your questions. Paulie, thank you so much. Says, blown away by your knowledge and work. God bless you, amigo. Thank you so much, Paulie. Anonymous says, thank you. God bless for your dedication and truth and facts. Greatly appreciated, Oscar. God bless you and your family. Thank you so much. Miss King, also, God bless you. Also, a supporter. Thank you so much. Anonymous, stay safe, amigo. Thank you for bringing us, the U.S. citizens, this story within our southern neighbor and the region. Be blessed. Thank you so much. MJ says, thank you for helping humanity. Can you forward some of, this help to? Thank you so much for your family. Thank you so much for your help to humanity. I don't have a PayPal or Facebook. God bless you, Oscar. Thank you so much. Miss Cam, also. Thank you. We appreciate you. May our Heavenly Father bless you. Thank you so much. Anonymous, be safe in Baja. Thank you so much. Samantha Wilson. Oscar, I've been with you for the longest time. You're great. Plus, they're trying so hard to divide. I believe in the Lord's plan. Thank you so much. Yes, they're trying so much. Miss Kimberly, Feliz Cinco de Mayo. Thank you so much. Miss Allie, love and prayers surrounding you and your good work, Oscar. May the Lord bless you, be with you. Thank you so much. Diane, I appreciate your work so much, and I'm so happy you're a Christian. And know that Jesus of the Bible blessings. Thank you so much. CJ, thank you so much. Miss Martine, God bless your dear heart for being a supporter. Hi, Oscar. Keep going and be blessed. Jesus is coming back soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and thank you. Be sure to be watching the language in the live feed. You know, I'm not, the profanity is, it's extremely, you know, affects the live feed. So God bless you. Share the live feed. If you guys want to contribute right there, pin your comment right now and I'll read it, or whatever questions you want to. Anonymous, appreciate your Oscar. Thank you so much. Anonymous says, Oscar and family, God bless your future. Safe home Sunday soon. And thank you. Always giving us the truth and facts. Thank you. Lynn, found you. Bia Chuck Holton, saw that frightening video from your home. How could that guy not being caught? Thank you so much. He says your area will have been shut down even here in Christ, New Zealand. Wow, you're from New Zealand. Praying for you, for your family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maggie, God protect you, dear Oscar. Still praying for your protection over you. Thank you so much. Linda, God bless you. Nathan, thank you for all you do, Oscar, even following for years now. Stay safe. Thank you so much. Robin says, you rock, Oscar. Thank you, everything you do. Says remarkable. Thank you so much. Oh. Tina, may God bless you and keep you. Thank you. Ryan, thank you, Oscar. Lisa, I want you to, God bless you. I know you are being used for amazing things. Thank you so much. Anonymous, thank you for all you do. Anonymous, God bless you and your family. Thank you for always giving us truth and facts. Mickey, thank you so much. John, I wanted to thank you for your courage to speak the truth. We'll be praying for you, have sufficient funds for you and your trips. God bless your brother in Christ. I will be praying for you and your friend Chuck. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I'll read your beautiful comments right here and questions. So God bless you. You know, how's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. This is the video of the protests that just happened right now. Well, not now. They happened on Saturday. And, you know, this is what is happening on the other side of the border. It's really important for people to understand what is happening on the other side of the border, because that's the epicenter if something happens again. And there's nothing else more important than what is happening on the other side, because that's the epicenter where it will happen again, inevitably, sadly. And this is why we are hoping to travel south again of, you know, South America, to show you guys the reality of these international organizations, that they still are in these countries. Like in Panama, there's still the UNHCR, OIM, you know, all these NGOs, they're still there operating. Why they're there? Why they're still operating if there's no crisis in Panama? There's no migrant crisis in Panama. The Darien has been shut down for more than practically, practically 99% has been shut down. 99% the Darien. Why you're still there? Why you want to be there? Why is the whole point of you being there? Because you want to suck on the teeth, and because the number one thing is that you're waiting for the 2028 election. Undoubtedly, you're still and you're waiting for it. Don't make me grab that hat and go again inside that Darien, man. Because that's what you're waiting. You're waiting again to this massive flow, this massive crisis, this massive disaster to continue. And it is sad to see these international organizations just waiting for the opportunity of an open window. This is why I have said so many times to the American people, every election from here on, it is extremely important for that country. Why? The number one reason why it is this. It doesn't even matter which it is the political party. But if you have a neocon, a progressive liberal, communist, Marxist, socialist, or rhino running in your country and he wins, watch out. These borders are going to be doubled the flow as it was when it was Joe Biden, because you have 1 million plus people stuck between Mexico and Guatemala. 1 million. That's the start of the flow that they are here waiting to move to the north immediately. Plus the hundreds of thousands in Central and South America and the ones that they're going to come in because everybody's going to go away from the crisis. This is the number one reason why those countries need a better infrastructure. Those countries need to be fighting the corruption in their security. Sadly, the countries that they have the massive problems of insecurity are leftists. Mexico, huge problem right now with insecurity, mass graves, and the cartel, situation. Colombia, humongous disaster with insecurity. Venezuela, don't even talk about it. The disaster that Nicolas Maduro, it is basically, continuing in his country, and he's saying that there's no insecurity and there's no violence, and that the prices are extremely, fantastic over there. They sent me a picture, a friend of mine that lives in Venezuela sent me a picture of the cost of 24 eggs. A lot of people in the United States are going to say, well, that's what it costs over here, Oscar. Yeah, but over there they make $3 or $4 a month. How are you going to buy some eggs with $3 or $4 a month? $7, it is the cost of 24 eggs in Venezuela. And you win and you make $4 a month. How are you going to be able to do that? How are you going to be able to pay that? There's no way in this, there's no way that you're going to have the possibility to pay that. It's unbelievable. The catastrophe, the economical crisis, and the infrastructure, this idea of socialism that is the solution for everything. Watch out with Alexandria Ocasio, because she has this idea of socialist capitalism, which is undoubtedly one of the most stupid ideas for the United States of America. Now, I want to put this report real quick because this is going to be in our next live feed. And this is a situation which I want to talk about. And I want to ask them, what is their opinion of this that just recently happened? And what just recently happened is that the son of a Chapo Guzman, I will read your comment, Michael Siegel, right now. Let me just go to this. The son of a Chapo Guzman has been, you call it release or relief? No, not release. Apparently, he was going to receive the death penalty, and a judge in the United States of America decided no. And these are the people that supposedly the next administration or Trump administration, they were going to be so tough on them. And right now they're being tough. But what made them take away the death penalty and negotiate with him? Possibly that he's cooperating with the enormous information to the United States of America, and it is a liability. This is the reason why 17 of the family members of El Chapo Guzman arrived around 15 days ago to the port of entry of San Isidro. So it was a negotiation, possibly. I will ask the audience, what do they think about this? Let me put the video. Joaquin Guzman Lopez will not, the son of El Chapo Guzman, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, will not receive the death penalty. That was the decision. So he was basically saved by the decision of the judge. He is not getting the death penalty for the accusations of enormous distribution of narcotics into the United States of America. Does this have to do with the 17 members that they deliver and they surrendered themselves to the American authorities not too long ago in the San Ysidro port of entry? Or does it have to do with another arrangement with the United States government? What do you think about this decision that the current administration or the United States government did and just made over the son of El Chapo, Joaquin Guzman Lopez, that he was accused of distribution of narcotics and that he was supposed to receive the death penalty? Now he has been basically saved. He will wait for his process to know what kind of sentence he will be receiving. What do you think about this decision? Leave it on the comment section right here in X. Subscribe to our page in X and also subscribe to our YouTube channel as Oscar Blue Ramirez. Do you think that it was correct, or do you believe that the United States government made a bad decision? I'm Oscar Blue for Real America's Voice News. Stay safe. Like we always say, God's plan, it is our mission. So that's the situation with that. I don't know what you guys think, if it was a good decision or not to not give him the death penalty. Possibly he's cooperating with the United States of America, and they think that that is more important for the cooperation with the United States. There's a comment, Oscar. It isn't as much the responsibility of the U.S. to destroy the cartels in Mexico as it is to clean up the consumption on the U.S. of slavery, prostitution, pedophilia, drugs, organs, antiques, exotic animals. Once there is no demand, there will be no supply. Absolutely agree. I agree with you. Absolutely. You know, and this is one of the things that I believe that is an extremely important thing. Now, there's voting sessions. There's a comment right here, and this, I believe that this is a great, you know, one of the biggest mistakes that possibly they have made. They have made voting for magistrate, judges, and minister officials. Do you know how much of the population knows what a magistrate knows, his obligations or his position? This is, I'm reading your comment. How you doing, Rafael Soto? Want a fair Mexico? We are waiting for that since AMLO, but we have more than 200,000 murders under his government. And plus the rampant murders and the kidnappings and the extortions and the massacres right now. We are not supposed to be relying on this. We're supposed to be relying on the work of the president and not blaming the past governments. Bone June 1st, your ballot shapes justice, holds power accountable, and fights corruption. Don't sit this out. Share the message. Vote for justice June 1st. I would like to ask you, Rafael Soto, how much of the population do you think that knows what a magistrate does in your homes? And of course, we go with the pandering speech of it is the people's choice. How much of the percentage of the people know what a magistrate does in their position? How much of the population it thinks that is being moved and it is being pandered and manipulated by a political party to vote for that particular person, as the media it is doing right now? And apparently the Morena media, it is the one that is moving that. And basically programming the people to understand which is the person of the magistrate that needs to be there, which is the person that needs to be as a judge, and which is the person that needs to be as the minister, as a ministrate. Ministro. It is exactly the same. And I am, you know, I don't want to be this bold, but it's exactly as what they were doing in Venezuela. If you ask a person from Venezuela, or if you ask a person from Cuba, if this is exactly what happened to their government in their country, press 1 if there's somebody from Venezuela right here, and that is bilingual. There's, you know, a lot of the Venezuelans know how to speak English. Or if there's somebody from Cuba, from Cuban descent, they will tell you this is exactly what happened to our country. We leave the power to the people. We leave them to decide who are the judges and who are the ones that we need to vote. Do you think that a lot of the population in our country of Mexico, not calling them that they are illiterate or they are not intelligent enough or they're not educated enough. But how many of the population in our country, Rafael, knows what the job of a magistrate is? How many? And there's this populist vote. It is going to be to nominate who is going to be in the magistrate and who is in charge to manipulate the propaganda to who to vote for and who to not. One political party itself. Then you have the law that she's trying to pass to censor these social media platforms and to censor some communicative platforms for her to have the power specifically to who they have to communicate and to who they will not. The 1st of June. Wow. If we're having problems with people, how to basically designate and how to basically pick the right decision for our country, what makes us think that we are prepared? I'm counting as we are prepared to choose what a magistrate does and what its obligations are. Because they get paid so well, because they make more money than the president. That's the justification to have control of the judicial system and to have control of the 3 levels of power. And undoubtedly, you're going with the pandering that is because of the people, and it is the power is to the people, and la la la. When we know that behind all of this, it is not because of the power of the people. It's because you want to have all the power and you want to control all the power. And then we will have a Venezuela. And sadly, the people of Venezuela, I'm saying it like that. But unfortunately, unfortunately for all of you guys, our country is never going to let that happen. And a lot of the people in Mexico are waking up to this enormous disaster, which is happening right now. This enormous insecurity, rampant insecurity, which is happening right now. That even you guys that you are in favor of kind of lean to the left, you guys are acknowledging you cannot hide it anymore. It is impossible to hide it because it is happening even outside of your door. And you cannot see or say, if you have a friend of yours that it will sadly pass away or, went through an assault, or you have a friend of yours that suffered rape, are you going to tell that friend of yours, hey, don't worry about it. All hugs, no bullets. Don't worry. It was because of the past governments. It was not him. Come here. Let's understand him. He's trying to do the best for you. Are you going to tell her that? What are you going to say to all these missing people that they have been looking for their family members? And these women that they go out to these fields and these mountains and these rural neighborhoods, dangerous neighborhoods, to look for bodies in a mass grave and to look for their family members. What are you going to tell them? You didn't vote for the right magistrate? So you don't know who, it was because of the past presidents, or it was because of Calderon and because of Fox? Why are we justifying the failure of this government? Why we continue to protect what is so obvious to the population? We have a problem. And over here, it's not because left and right. It is because it's corruption. And it is to the root of to the deepest of the root. The swamp is so horribly deep over here. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. It is the 27th of May. Let me see if we have a little bit of comments over here. If we have comments, we will read them immediately over here. Thank you so much. We don't have more. No, thank you. God bless you. And lastly, buy me a coffee is right there, pinned in the chat. For people who want to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, be sure to be following Real America's Voice News. Here is the cube. If you're following Real America's Voice News, be sure to be following The best networks showing the reality and truth of the news like no other network. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, God's plan, it is our mission. Nice to say hello to you guys. Have a blessed